from what we see from Europe.
Yeah, I think I'm with you 100% on that one. I suppose that means I'm with Sean too. Just this once. Just this once. Looking at ZETA. Fantastic previous map to play with, and they are certainly getting off to a good start here. Rallying forward towards B long. And of course, it's Reita alongside takej leading that charge. Takej the first to find the opening, healing himself up to that beautiful 150, but Delzik comes in with a big right click. Solo defender now on the back of sight will fall quite quickly. Luckily, he's got teammates rallying in to help him. A big play needed, some headshots need to be delivered, and so far nothing is found with both players spotted. It's a simple TP play to plant on A. A pretty tough retake for KRÜ. As look at the position that makiba's in. He'll just be watching them walk on out. Oh, Reita's gonna have a full
Awkward battle in history, but they do kind of trade evenly. It's Mazino left on such low HP.
Oh god. Doesn't matter which one is falling behind. All that matters is there is a problem. Look at this from Mazino. Up close behind the wall, hoping that they'll push on through, but there's not too much longer left. You can hear it now starting to fade away, and they have guessed that he'll be up close.
Yeah, again, this composition that we see from ZETA is going to rely a lot on the two men we've just had on your screen, Reita and takej. They're going to have to be incredibly aggressive to take over map control, and I think in terms of aggressive takes, we're going to see them push the extremities that little bit more. Hookah may be a bit tougher to take with the current utility they have available. I
mean, I would love to just watch this whole round from Laz's perspective, because that was one of the nastiest little lurks I've seen for quite a while. He sat outside Bath and literally did nothing. ZETA will be a little bit cautious on range duels for most of the players, but with the two Vandals on takej and Laz, that's where they want to really do the damage and bridge the gap. Reita, the first man in, and no one else is really ready to go in with him. That was odd.
Audacious. The word I would use. Risky,
big word.
Maybe a little bit silly.
Well, those are smaller words.
Yeah. You know, for the simpletons out there, like my man Mitch.
Thank you, Tom. Yeah, that was me hinting. I was like, what? Audacious? What's that? I have no idea what's happening. Nice little flash. Deep down, gonna try to get a little bit of control over Bath. That TP, luckily, gets the flash, gets him out of the TP and around towards his teammates. Of course, the man has the spike for the team of ZETA, and they're looking at the moment towards the B side, but there's a little bit of a stack here from KRÜ.
Oh! Ooh, okay, takej is ready to go. One of the rifles in hand. They're actually going to swing right onto him. Okay, Klaus. He's feeling a little bit confident in that one. A bit of risk taking himself, but he is finding every single kill. It was mentioned by you in the last map. He had a bit of a quieter one, but he is feeling it here. And wow, the last two kills almost seemed like they were stolen away.
In the lamps?
Yeah, I think it's the
flash, the leer, and he's went straight into the box, hasn't he, Tom? Wow. That is not exactly what was intended, but he has managed to get a poke, so yeah. All's well that ends well.
They've lost the Empress. takej is going to be taken down very early on in this fight. Laz is just sat there like, let me in. Let me in. Stuck behind the wall. Nice shot from KRÜ. We'll keep this one even, at least for a little bit. And they have to be careful on the other side. This duel's so important. It means they can finally take that extra little bit of control.
There we go. Seekers are going to be popped. Pursuing the players, trying to find out exactly where they are! And Delzik delivers a double! It's all down to makiba! Makiba and Laz. Laz has been lurking yet again. What a surprise! He's taken down, and makiba has the 1v3 that we had teed up for him. He'll at least get the spike planted. It's very difficult to get much more than that when there's three players on the other side, especially when it's Klaus and keznit's on the other side.
Yeah, he's got the nade as well to try and clear him out of position. Even though the first shot is landed, it really doesn't matter too much. And KRÜ, they're going to bring themselves through another round. And a lot of it, as you sort of mentioned, it came off the back of those Seekers, because Delzik almost... I think also they're just a little bit unlucky that they line up so perfectly, especially considering how well they'd done in the round before that. Unfortunately, it doesn't make a difference. The round goes the other way. Beautiful setup. I've seen them do this a few times. It's just fantastic. Having the fault line combination with the grab well. It's such an easy kill for Reita that he decides to just trade his life away and give them the gun back.
Yeah, well, what a nice guy. What a nice guy. I will say, for ZETA, there are so many warning signs when you see some of the plays that are coming down. In particular, it's Reita. I mean, that guy is really off the leash right now, trying to play aggressive, and
Well, so the first idea was brilliant.
Working.
And then
yeah, that was great.
Do something with the gun.
Go
and
back,
not that.
play with the team, but like, I think the intention there was he thought that on the other side the player had ran out of ammunition. He thought that Delzik was reloading and that he'd be able to sneak out. But is that worth the risk in a round like this? The one opportunity to really have ranged duels now out of their hands, and instead they're going to have to rely on what is mostly going to be a 145 headshot. It's not great.
30 seconds left.
Thought for a moment maybe Laz would have found the timing, but the slow is also going to make this nigh on impossible. 25 seconds for them to try and make their move. Mazino already manages to take himself one. Now the stun's not going to connect onto anything else. They need takej to basically hold down the fort, and that's exactly what he's doing. The heal actually only leaves his opponent just that little bit healthier. The pistol might be enough to get something done here. He's also got the rolling thunder, but the timing works out. It's left all on to takej, and he can't get anything. NagZ has closed out the round for KRÜ, a little bit close for comfort.
Really tuned in right now at 3-2. If you've just tuned in, it is map number 3, and KRÜ are trying to push it across the line here on their defensive side. They had an incredibly dominant start to the series, but now everything seems to be up in the air.
Yeah, both teams winning their maps incredibly convincingly. Even if the scoreline on the first map might not show it as much, it really was dominant with an 11-1 half. Now we actually get a proper purchase coming in. So Reita, I'm expecting to not quite be as aggressive of what we saw with the Judge or the pistols in the previous round, because he's got his operator and he's waiting to see if there's going to be anyone giving him a duel. For now, though, a little bit tentative from the side of KRÜ, just waiting back, burning down the clock, and actually we're already down to the 45-second mark, and there's been very little ground taken by the attackers.
No one can really take the no one can take the teleporter at this stage. Now that you put a boombot through, they could have snuck up middle and be inside of there, so we know that that option is not really open to either team if they're thinking about it for the most part, but it looks like ZETA don't mind taking a fight. Maybe they've accidentally went through the TP, I'm not entirely sure. Klaus has gone down on the B side, and now there's an opening. The whole team comes along as Laz opens it up even further. The Seekers clearing out towards the spawn. They know they've got the time to get this plant in, and the round has flipped on its head so quickly. NagZ even goes down to 20 HP on the TP.
Yeah, 2 players have gone through that teleport now from the defensive side, and it hasn't exactly gone fantastically.
He could have rezzed inside the TP.
Yeah. I think it's one of those rounds where I think they realize that there's very little hope. This crossfire should be all too easy for them to find this kill, and makiba will do just that. And while keznit, he managed to get quite far in, but at this point he doesn't stand a chance. Laz is lurk again. You mentioned on the other side of the map in showers, it's done even more when it comes to this ace or B.
They camp it, so even if they don't kill that guy, he knows if I res this player, he will die instantly.
Oh my god, he's just gone straight through! He's just run in!
Body blocked him! That's actually unbelievably unlucky! Because he's on the edge of the smoke, so he can't even see him to try and right-click him to death, and he's just bumping into him.
I think the Tiger stunned him as well, so that he couldn't run away. Like, the Tiger stunned the defender. And they've also actually used so much. They're going to res inside the aftershock.
They rezzed in an aftershock while a push came through. The flash was so well timed, and ZETA have just completely overrun them. This is a disaster, Tom. KRÜ in a 2 versus 4 showstopper. It might be what they need. After not using up the res previously, that one really just threw it into the wind.
They've used 3 ultimates and they've all been complete failures.
Oh,
This is a calamity of a round for KRÜ, and yeah, sure, they've got themselves another one to try and bring something back. The showstopper may be able to do something for keznit, but I think a lot of this is going to come down to Klaus as the rest of ZETA again taking their time, patiently maneuvering their way over to the B site, and now they're making their final push.
Yeah, that showstopper not going to be part of the initial play. Klaus needs a strong hold. He's been spotted and taken down. At this point, what do you even do if you're keznit? Drop a nade in there. Why not? Free utility. See if you can deal some damage. In fact, he does, yeah. And he stops the spike being planted a moment, but without finding like a triple kill out of that, he's just going to save.
That was a disaster. Like, every single part of it. I think in that round the plan was that Mazino didn't have much, so he goes in, plays around his ult, just uses, I think it was a frenzy,
Yep.
He gets stunned instantly by the Tiger, and then you just have that weird scenario of Reita just running straight into him. But the problem is, it's not that play. That play in isolation, okay, it goes a bit wrong. It's a 1-for-1 trade. You get rid of a Blade Storm. That's fine. It's the fact that everything else committed also went wrong. The res, that was a weird spot to try and get it done. And also just before that, they used Orbital Strike to try and like at least slow them down and do some damage, and that also did absolutely nothing. So KRÜ have used up the majority of their ultimates in this round, and
they do. Plenty of maps, we'll say, not that many rounds in how things have gone. When it comes to KRÜ, though, you could see the way their coach was talking to them there. That was a lecture. That was a real, like, guys, listen, we can't be throwing away ultimates. We got to be playing a tighter game than this. And there are just too many gaps being put out there by the defensive side and too much overcommitment. But we see the same from ZETA, and it's like Reita is the #1 victim of that. This time, he gets shut down, but his teammates are here running into the site, and they're not even expecting it. They're like, oh, Reita ran in? Yeah, he's probably alone, because that's how it's been so far. Takej gets wrecked on the fade back. NagZ is repositioned. Look, he's even as a teammate with him.
One dead.
Oh, Laz is just doing so much work here. The spike has actually gone through the teleporter, but it may not matter too much. The remaining 2 players are already fully committed to this site, and Laz, they're going to try and peek him together. They find that extra kill. This round has fallen apart again. An all-in push down mid, and it's left onto just 1 man. Now the full rotation coming through. KRÜ at least has a full belt of utility to play with. And on the other side, they've actually still got a boombot they can throw through.
This one's going to be really tough for KRÜ. That's, okay. Well, they did put the boombot in. Guys, his spawn is clear, just so you know. KRÜ has a flash to play with here. Let's see if he's going to be able to get anything done. No, he's not. Ahead. But they're still putting up a damn good fight. Maybe it'll remedy. I love this angle by NagZ. He's trying to catch them as they push over to the right side of the wall. He's now running away, making a lot of steps. I mean, they know that he hasn't jumped out.
They're trying to boost.
Enemy removed.
That was an ambitious attempt, and it's all based on the fact that NagZ ran back towards the window. They think he's playing behind box or maybe about to jump up on top. They think they've got good timing, and in fact, he's just waiting for someone to updraft or boost over the top.
He's found the opener nonetheless, and seeing a lot of utility committed for hookah control, but it's just not working out, and it's a little bit too late. They need to put the other 2 pieces of utility in before you go for any sort of flash, because otherwise it's just worthless. Taking the peak off of it anyway before anything goes through. Well, NagZ is going to be just giggling about this round. He had a couple of kills based off his solid positioning, baiting out some of the peaks, and well, 20 seconds left. Does ZETA need a hero? That's it. Say what you will about ZETA's attack there and the approach to it, but it was punished, and that's where the real skill comes in. I love this! Nice. The pull out in the open, but he manages to get away with knife out. 10 seconds left. ZETA need to up the pace. Laz in with a double, but on the backside, keznit is still able to drop a player. Time, has he got enough time? It's going to be damn close, and he just about does. No, he doesn't. I thought that was the plant. Oh. 4. And there are 3 players ready and waiting for them on this A site. And by the looks of it, they're not stopping. Oh, the Rolling Thunders pushed Mazino out of position. He was boosted up on top at the start of the round. The boombots killed Reita. He dashed into it on the site. A double kill for keznit. One opponent he didn't even see. He didn't even think about. And a showstopper pop that stops the continued push of ZETA. They are now trapped, basically starting around 5v3. Yeah, some solid counter utility as well from NagZ. Like, we talk about his individual skill, but the slows he threw in basically kept his teammates alive because they couldn't quite push through it. Even keznit as well with the paint shells, just making sure that they can't do anything off of this ultimate. Again, we talk about this Rolling Thunder just not having the impact that was desired for ZETA, and how they're trying to reposition. The flash, though, is going to give away that they're now making a move towards B. Klaus is here and ready to play. That flash actually saves the day. That's going to slow them down a little bit more with 30 seconds on the clock. ZETA look to make this push happen. Takej knows the left corner is clear as he moves on out. The steps are heard. KRÜ stacked up on site. The spray comes close, but it goes KRÜ's way every single time. Laz alone in a 1v5 with 10 seconds left and no spike. I mean, do we need to keep on looking at the things that are going against him here? Well, I guess so, because keznit takes him down, drops the weapon.
and puts a prime gaming flawless into effect for KRÜ.
Yeah, keznit's startling.
As in those 20 seconds, it comes down to just those duels that seem to be keeping in favor of KRÜ. The fact that they had a 5v3 certainly helped.
Is this a fake again?
Seekers use, nobody follows, they just get destroyed instantly, and I mean, they broke the wall, I guess. That's about the only positive in here.
Half of it.
Laz just completely... Is he faking now, lurking out, trying to get them to push forward? Well, it hasn't worked, whatever it was. That's an expensive start to the round, and yet again, ZETA find themselves in a 3v5 with a minute on the clock.
It looks like some of these ults are just being popped almost instantly, maybe in an attempt for a small amount of information, but the value just seems lost. Nice work from Reita, though. His peek into the site. They've also got the grab world to deny anybody holding them that little bit further. So an afterplant looking likely, and what was looking like a done round now actually falls into the favor of ZETA.
Well, that is one hell of a start. Oh no, running on site, NagZ takes 3! How's he gotten a double kill from there? The res comes into play, and the spray, makiba, not able to get it done. But so far, that hasn't really mattered.
It also looks like they're potentially trying to sell this fake once again. They've taken some deep control in towards bathrooms, wanting to try and hold players on that side of the map, but with the spike control so deep, almost ask the question of whether they're going to go back towards this B side. Takej also being spotted means that KRÜ are not going to move.
Oh, Reita at the chance there. He spotted out good old Delzik inside of Hookah. Now they're falling back and playing the 3-man side hold on KRÜ. Delzik maybe even rotating a little further. You can see they're trying to decide exactly how to do this, and Smoke's down with a rotate in. Is Viper leaving too? No way, Mazino. Okay, yeah, he's just playing back on site. So it's going to be a 2-man hold on B.
Dear.
The Seekers give away the fact that the players are here. And ZETA, they don't push off the back of that. They don't make their move. They delay it. They allow the rotates to come back in. Are they still going to push this? Surely they're going to TP over to A. Now that this, no, they've not got time. They have to go straight into the stack. Laz on Reita. Deliver the blows. There's another for the jet of Reita. They should be able to get this one done, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They got the kills.
Just
they
about.
got the kills.
Just about.
No one went for the plan. It definitely made me have a little bit of a heart attack, but they get the...
As you would expect with the series we've had so far. Now, ZETA are pushing all the way down mid. So all they have to do is delay as much as they can on this site. And in fact, they will back out, realizing that taking these fights would be suicide, and takej gets spotted out. Big play by Klaus, realizing, hey guys, we got this site way too easily. Something's going on. He goes back and checks behind, and that's the opening kill for the side.
But will he expect the second player? Because he's taken down the first. They jump spot it. That's brilliant. Having the right idea and even trading out Reita 1-for-1, that's absolutely fine, because that was the plan for the round. ZETA are now stuck in the mud. They've got to try and get themselves back in with avenues that definitely aren't favorable.
NagZ tries to get the right click out. Oh, the flash doesn't catch Mazino. He's good for one. Pursuing down further. Laz on low HP doesn't really stand a chance now, and he'll be taken down quick with a Cypher on this map. Back when that was, you know, the way, there was no question about it. You wouldn't be able to make that kind of play. You wouldn't be able to find the site that easily, but here, KRÜ do, they find the read, and it's all under control. Oh, wow. The fact that he manages to get 3, and again, it's just classics that he's against, so it's not the biggest a deal. This second round, happy the map already waving goodbye, fading into the distance. makiba, he's taken so much damage from that nade, man. He stood way too close for comfort. They've TP'd. Laz is able to take down NagZ, but this is where trouble starts to brew. The pinch out of the teleporter, and what a shot by takej. I don't even know he meant to get that second kill. He thought he was dismissed out. Mazino, though, keeps it competitive. A 1v2 that, sure, he loses, but in the...
Find out if there's any aggressive positions.
Yeah, very, very slow round. Look at this. They're just taking the pace down on the KRÜ side, waiting for ZETA to make a move. And it is, of course, Laz that walks right into their open arms. They were waiting on long with 2 players. Exactly. You get the flash, you think, I'm good, but the second guy comes around the corner, and they're still holding on, tucked away. That's so nasty. Having a player in the corner, playing on Klaus's contact, it's a guaranteed trade, unless it was the Jet to be, or maybe a Rain or something like that, to be able to dismiss out of there.
Yeah, I think at the moment we're witnessing a team directly countering the composition of ZETA.
Definitely.
They know that they need to take map control. Like, you can't play a Reina on this map and just sit back passively. It doesn't have any utility to deny them. So it has to be peaks, and they have had a bait and switch in both of the openers that we've witnessed here.
We're going to have a deep flash onto the site. That hasn't caught anyone, but they've spotted exactly where Reita is. And being as they do it themselves over on KRÜ, they know that this is most likely a judge. They've dealt with him on the dash out. Plant is now secured. Everything is going according to plan.
I think if you hear a judge break that wall, you decide, you know what, I don't think I'm going to push that smoke anymore. I don't think it really has any value.
Oh, good night. Never mind. A little bit of a whiff from Delzik. Wasn't expecting him to be running away, I suppose.
Doesn't even have a skin.
They sure. Oh, that nade. Oh, that nade. 15 HP. I don't know how makiba keeps on surviving these, man. He is tanking nade damage. Obviously doesn't want to save here. Rather get the money. Or potentially a weapon. Maybe even a kill. Hey, good try.
Yeah, they're going to be boosting up the ultimates a little bit here. Viper's Pit available for the next round, and not
just grouped up on mid. They're going to push this one with the pack mentality.
Yeah, Laz also saving a lot of credits here. Well, with over 3,000, you'd kind of expect them to at least buy something. So I wonder if maybe in the next round we're going to see the operator brought in. Okay, well, it started a little bit worrying, but ultimately keznit has shut this down. Now, Laz basically lives here, so if they don't expect him to be here, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, and he doesn't take the ult orb because obviously he expects to die. He's not going to pop it now. Hopefully, he can bait someone out into open combat is what he's thinking.
Yeah, he'll get his ult as well when he dies.
At the moment, they have no reason to really suspect that he's inside of Bath, but they know that they haven't cleared it. They're still so focused in towards the spawn. After a 4-man mid play on an eco, I'm wrong! No, Laz! Oh! Okay.
6 KRÜ close to having their first victory on the board in Berlin. Oh, straight away, we're going to see a very aggressive start, but takej not quite gone to plan. He's going to go straight down, and already it seems his teammates might do the work. Did not check the corner, though. KRÜ is going to come up with 3, looking for the last kill. Player in front of him, just a classic in hand. This is an awkward battle, and Delzik, he got a kill after he was dead.
Sorry, when did that molly come in? Was that a molly at the start of the round from mid? It must have been, right? Because it would have landed way earlier otherwise. Either way, absolutely ludicrous.
Where did that come from?
Maybe it was out of hookah? We'll get a replay, I'm sure, at some point. We'll have to look at that one in reverse. An awkward classic fight of what we saw. Reita has the Blade Storm activated. He's already popped it. Klaus is on the site and going to go in for this plans. Leaving it nice and open. He's... No, oh no, Reita, the wall had faded. Reita's on site, and it's an easy right click, easy kill, an easy round win. Great work by KRÜ up until the classic fight to get ZETA a 7th round. This was another perplexing situation, Tom. I found my... Oh, I guess, yeah, that was for anti-flash at the start of the round. Okay, I'm questioning everything about the game when I see utility thrown on the floor. Actually. Yeah, it is actually. It's quite nice because it doesn't even waste a smoke. Orbital strike thrown in. These guys are wasting absolutely no time. KRÜ orbital strike, slow on backside, and now they look to take the fight. You have a cosmic divide in play. This will allow them to push out to site, and nade that came through onto Laz. TP's underway. The same return by KRÜ, but hold on. Raid is still here. He'll be spotted out though. Pushed out of position. Still hasn't destroyed the Seeker. As he moves to the... Still hasn't destroyed the Seeker. That was the flash he got that time. Now he's up... Oh my... Going in! This man hasn't got a dash! And he's running through walls! He got what... It's got his comeuppance, that's for sure. Taken down as KRÜ end up in a 2v2. KRÜ on low HP, but a Rolling Thunder is there, Tom. And with takej on the other side... They're going to just dash out of there. That's the right call in this situation. Does KRÜ...
Rolling Thunder.
Does he? 35 seconds. What's he going to get out of this with low HP? He's made the right call and not popping that.
He's going to use it to deny the plant. Just going to put it all the way through, but it doesn't even deny it, and he dies while he has it out. It's all gone wrong. It's up to takej to try and keep them in this round, and they won't be able to. Gathered to try and get him ever closer to Seekers. The fact is, though, the attackers are already looking to make the play. The stun comes through, but Klaus, he's having a game. He's having a solid performance here as he finds the opener once again, and KRÜ will play no part in this round.
Viper's pit online for Mazino. If they get onto a site, the round is basically done. And with the man advantage that they already have and the weaponry disadvantage in play for ZETA, there's a lot to be desired here on the defensive side. In fact, Seekers are even going to be brought up here. Klaus popping them and confirming the location of these players. This is going to get very dangerous with Reita falling right away. In goes takej, but nothing to be found. This could be the end for the Japanese side of ZETA in the opening game. They could be going down to the lower bracket, and by the looks of it, Tom, they will. Makiba needs a 1 versus 5 clutch. Last time, he died to a Molotov. Let's hope this time around it ain't, but it's a bullet to the chest that takes him down. 30